Make sure to stay connected with me. Follow me on social media, as well as supporting the channel monthly on Patreon, buying merch from my Teespring store, as well as going to the website to check out more of my content. What is going on, guys? I am Jaye the Black. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about Cam Newton. Okay, Cameron Newton. He is for right now, the quarterback of the Carolina Panthers. There's talk he may be traded by March. New coach and everything. Well, he has himself a very interesting situation with his now ex-girlfriend and baby mother. Okay. Now, Cam Newton has been dating Kia Proctor for years. They have 4 kids together, but Cam is contesting the paternity of the youngest one. Okay. But he signed the birth certificate, but he's contesting that in court because him and his now ex Kia are battling each other over child support, over custody of the kids. And this has all come out publicly now due to the fact that it was put out there recently that he had impregnated an Instagram model by the name of Lorena Shaw. And when that came out, now you have this coming out. So I guess Cam, I don't know if it's his people or, his baby's mother, Kia, but now we see they've been separated for 6 months. But I mean, if you have a kid by this other woman, that situation had to be going on longer than 6 months. But anyway, he is contesting, and this is according to The Blast, okay? He is contesting the paternity of the youngest one. So we're going to get into this article, but I want to say this. The thing about Cam Newton is that people were scratching their heads when he first started dating Kia, because Kia is an ex-scripper. And because she was an ex-scripper, people were like, bro, why are you wifing this chick up? And it's very ironic that now he's in a situation where he's questioning the paternity of the youngest one, which means that he believes that she may have stepped out on him, which could coincide with the time that he may have stepped out the other woman. So there's a lot going on there, unless, he's in a situation where he's saying, you know what, I feel like she messed around on me, so I decided to mess around on somebody. But this is why you don't wife up chicks who was on the pole, okay? Because you're going to doubt at some point, if you're having kids with her, you may end up doubting the paternity of one of the young ones. All right. Now let's get into this article from The Blast. It says Cam Newton is battling his longtime girlfriend Kia Proctor over custody of their kids amid reports the NFL star welcomed a baby with Instagram model Lorena Shaw. According to Gossip, Cam and Kia have been battling it out in court for over 6 months for custody and child support. The two were together for years and shared 4 kids. Their most recent kid was born in December, but allegedly has never lived with Cam because he doesn't believe it's his. Okay, either the kid doesn't look like him, or he has proof that she stepped out on him. Okay. Cam sued Kia for paternity, joint custody, and visitation. NFL star acknowledged signing the birth certificate, but wanted a DNA test done on the one in question. He asked the court to determine how much child support he has to pay. Okay. Now Kia fired back, countersuing Cam, seeking primary custody, child support, and attorney's fees. She wants child support above the guidelines due to Cam's $60 million guaranteed salary and countless endorsement deals. She wants Cam to pay $15,000 for her to hire a forensic accountant to determine his finances. Listen, man. The one problem, and this is, I want y'all to understand, Cam never married her. And this is why Cam said he would never marry, because he didn't want to be in this situation. But what Cam has to understand is, even if you just, you're having kids with a woman, you're going to get into this situation. Okay. This is why you have to be very careful where you put your seed, bro, because you cannot give chicks like this leverage to use against you. because she's been looking at your money since day one. And what's very interesting that now that Cam is in a very peculiar situation in his career, you know, he may be leaving Carolina, he may not. Now this, you know, he's having this breakup, you know, but everything was good when he was the guy, right? You know, when he didn't have all those injury issues, when the team was playing well. But now because his career is in flux, he's having these issues. This is why a lot of these athletes should focus on their careers. And then once their career is over, do what Derek Jeter did. He waited until he was retired in order to settle down and get married, you know, because then she's not just with him because he is, you know, the shortstop for the New York Yankees. Now he's the retired ex-athlete businessman, you know. In the docs, Kia revealed that she had been separated from Cam for months and moved out of his home. She plans to move back to her native Maryland, while Cam wants to stay in Atlanta, which is where he's from. As the Blast previously reported, the NFL star reportedly split from Kia after having a baby with Instagram model Lorena Shaw, which what's interesting is that they're saying that she's living in an apartment above a restaurant that he owns, which leads me to believe that he's probably still dating her, you know, quietly, you know, while he's going through this separation. And he wants to keep it on the low, I guess, until this support situation is handled, or he's got a new contract with a different team, or he's staying with Carolina. But all around, you know, Cam, it just looks like, bro, you made a lot of bad choices when it comes to who you settle with. You're a multi-millionaire athlete. You have to be very careful the type of women you bring in your life. Okay. But I will say this though, most women, no matter what their background is going to want to seek you to financially support them. But when you go from wifing a scripper to then getting a kid by an Instagram model, you're surrounded by women who are looking at your money. Now, the thing about Lorena is that she hasn't gone public because you're probably still taking care of her. You're probably paying her bills. She's in a comfortable situation. So, of course, she's not going to go public. But stop doing that, or you end up dating a new woman. Let's see how long that works, you know. Cam has allegedly been seeing Lorena for some time now. Reportedly welcomed a baby over the summer. According to reports, the model is living in an Atlanta apartment directly above the NFL star's restaurant Fellowship. The couple were reportedly spotted celebrating New Year's Eve together. On New Year's Eve, the Instagram model did post a photo of Cam's Atlanta restaurant. Back in December, Cam and Kia welcomed their fourth kid, Cashmere, into the world, and they have a son. Well, they have two sons, Comidas and Chosen, along with daughter Sovereign. These names, man. Anyway, Kia has a daughter, Shakira, from a previous relationship. So going into the relationship, she already was a single mom. That's strike number one. You know, but Cam really wanted to be with her, you know. The two did not follow each other on Instagram. Cam does not follow Lorena, but he has liked her sultry photos. In December, Cam posted on his son's birthday, writing, "By becoming a father, the happiness I've gained, no matter how hard I try, in words, it can't be explained. In my life so far was to be summed up in a day. Your birth was a break of dawn which purged the darkness away. Son, I love you. Happy birthday, King." Lorena commented, "Happy birthday, cutie." And that was from Cam Newton. You know, I was looking at some comments, and there were a couple brothers who were offended that anybody would write and talk about Cam Newton. Well, I'm talking about Cam Newton because Cam Newton, whether y'all like it or not, he's a public figure. He's not a private citizen. I'm sorry. Okay. His situation, a situation that he could have avoided. And I want people to understand that this is why I do these videos. I do these videos because I want to highlight the issues that these guys go through and how it is avoidable. You have plenty of women out here you can choose to be with, but look at the women you chose. It's a classic example of somebody who is thinking with the wrong head. Okay, you have to think when you only have a certain shelf life when it comes to athletics. Now, you can play longer now due to all the different things that you can do physically, the training regiments. You got Tom Brady, who's playing into his early 40s. Cam has an opportunity, if he's able to stay healthy going forward, he can play into his mid to late 30s. So there is a bigger shelf life. There's a longer time period to make money. But for most athletes, you only get a certain amount of time to make money. So you have to make the best decisions, which would mean not having to pay child support, not having to go through these situations, not have to fund lifestyles of different people. The only lifestyle you should be funding is really your own or the woman that you choose to be with. Okay? There's nothing wrong with taking care of the woman that you're with, but you have to make sure that you're not building a family with that woman and don't plan on marrying that woman. That's why I tell a lot of these guys, even though I'm not the biggest supporter of marriage these days, I think the marriage laws are completely skewed against men. But again, you have to be smart about starting families with chicks and not putting a ring on their finger because you don't trust them. The fact that Cam Newton doesn't trust the fact that the fourth kid is his lets me know that he believes that she messed around on him. So that gave him the opportunity to go and deal with somebody else. Now, we don't know what Cam knows. Cam seemed to be very sure that isn't his. And maybe Kia messed up, and, it gave Cam a way out. But still, you still got other, young ones with her. So there really is no way out. This is why you have to make the best decision moving forward. And you got a kid with this other woman who's good with you now because you're spending time with her. You're taking care of her bills. She ain't got to really do nothing but post, pictures on social media all day. You're funding her lifestyle. But that's where the maturity comes into play. And you have to understand who you are and what you want in life. And it's very obvious that, Cam Newton is still learning that portion of life, because he's mastered everything. Athletics. He has made a good some amount of money. He is a father, but I still think he's still trying to find himself when it comes to relationships. If you like the content that you just viewed, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Click the notification bell to make sure you get notified to my newest video.